everybody? It's your girl Michi G and I'm back with another video. Before we get into today's video, if you've never seen a video from me, if you've never been to my channel, this is your first time, hello, welcome. I am Michi G and I'm the author of I Lost My Mom, Now What? Memoir of a Motherless Daughter. If you're interested in checking that out, that link will be in the description below. Before we get started, if you're not a part of my bodega family, yes, you guys are still bodega family, even though, you know, we've rebranded a little bit. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that you click that notification bell directly next to it. And that just lets you know as soon as I drop a video, which most of the time is every Friday. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and click that thumbs up button right below the video as well. And then make sure to share with your friends. If you're someone going through grief, if you're someone trying to discover yourself, if you're someone trying to heal through something, share this channel, share this page, share this video, and hopefully I can help you guys along your journey as well. I'm just a regular girl trying to figure it out just like you. Nonetheless, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. For today's video, initially thought about making this a vlog, but I figured my last few videos were transparency moments where I was trying to keep it real with you guys and get real personal about certain topics. So I figured, you know, it's the last video of this year, 2021. So we might as well make it a transparency moment video. Let's go ahead and get into the video. I decided to make this a transparency moment video about healing through grief and finding myself. I feel like a lot of us discover our true self after we lose a family member, mainly because death is so real and it forces you to look at life differently. It forces you to take life a little serious. For me personally, it made me want to dig deeper into myself. Let's get into it. So I started really looking deep down within myself, or started my self-love journey while writing my book. I feel like once I wrote this book, it was kind of a domino effect for like, who am I really? And I say that because it forced me to look at my mom's life. My mother was someone that was very sweet and she just deserved the world. She deserved every good thing that was supposed to come her way. She was a hard worker. She dedicated 35 plus years to a job that she got forced into retirement out of because of the illness. She just had, to me, in my opinion, a lot of misfortunes for someone that deserved the world. Watching her pass kind of taught me, it kind of made me study my mom from a different lens, because I'm like, bro, like she was doing everything by the book. Like, was she truly happy doing everything by the book? And I'll never know that because, you know, most moms show you that strength, that strong side, but I just can't help myself from wondering, like, you know, was my mom truly happy in life? Did she feel fulfilled when she passed? Like, okay, I could go, I've done everything I wanted to do. Like, how did she really feel? But then when I think about it more, I really feel like I really started digging deep within myself. If you've read a chapter, the chapter in my book is chapter 7, The Remaining Parent. Right in that chapter, if y'all only knew, some of my footage from my documentary got deleted by accident, but that chapter took me so long to write and rewrite and take out and put back in and so many things. But while writing that chapter, I discovered that everything I was going through with my remaining parent, my dad, no matter how many times we bumped heads, I started to realize, like, you actually have a lot of similarities as your father. You know, and maybe that's why I was getting so frustrated and annoyed, but I had to turn the lens around on myself. It made me, that whole interaction, if you don't know what I'm talking about, again, the link for my book is in the bio. Check out that whole entire book so you can kind of know what I'm talking about. But I just got to a point where I was like, what is making my dad so stubborn and what makes him the way that he is? You know what I'm saying? It made me realize, like, you know, this is my dad. I don't know because I'm his child, but I feel like as adults, we're shaped to be the adults that we are from our childhood, how our parents tended to us, how they didn't tend to us, different habits that they did. You know, there's so much in your childhood that makes you the adult that you are, if you get what I'm trying to say. As far as my father goes, I don't know. I wasn't in his life while he was a child, or around that time. So I don't know, I can't speak to that, and that's something I hopefully hope to be able to talk to and work through with my dad one day, hopefully. But if not, I know that I'm doing the work for myself. I'm accountable for what I've done in my life, especially as a child. So I feel like that kind of made me start looking at myself like, okay, let's get into self-love for me, okay? Because I realized over the years, as a child, like what made me have these certain habits. Over the years, I've struggled with things like image issues and body dysmorphia. I'm also really stubborn. I am. I admit that. I have had a struggle with self-doubt. If you watch some of my videos, I talk about that quite often. Self-doubt. And also social anxiety. Those are all things that I've always experienced, but I never really understood why. I never really put a name with any of them. I just knew I acted a certain way. And it wasn't until writing my book and I started digging deeper within myself that I'm like, why do I act this way? And why do I have these things? So I went back to my childhood. As a child, I was a chubby kid. I don't know if I can pop up a picture somewhere, but if so, they'll be somewhere right here. But I was a chubby kid, and I did struggle with eating, and a lot of my eating habits struggles came from not loving myself. Growing up, I was bigger, like I said, and I didn't look like a lot of my friends, and I wasn't really bullied, but I know kids would throw jokes, so rather than like throw jokes back, I just kind of figured out how to be the nice girl so that I could be cool with everybody and kind of fly under the radar and be quiet, and maybe nobody will like pick with me. And I know in middle school, that's what shaped me into the person that comes off quiet, but like if you get to know me, I'm cool, and I'm like, ha ha ha, I just gotta figure you out first, you know, because I didn't want to be bullied. I don't know, I figured out how to be a chameleon some type of way. I saw what worked for me and I stuck with it, okay? And sometimes I find myself doing that in my life now. You know, sometimes I spoke about it in the book as well, sometimes I can be overly nice or a people pleaser, and that actually hurts me. Image issues, again, from being a big girl. I remember being in high school and getting really sick, and I lost so much weight. If I can pop a picture of what I look like in high school, I'll pop it here, or college, high school, college. But I got sick and lost so much weight. Oh my God, I'm talking, like looking back at those pictures, I'm like, I was so skinny. I was so skinny, and I didn't even know it, because I still had, like when I sat down, I still had a little belly, and I figured, I don't know how I look now, and probably, I know I've lost some weight, but at my biggest, when I would look in the mirror, that's how I felt looking at those old pictures. Like back then when I was skinny, that's how I felt. I still felt like a big girl. And so I'm just like, what made me that way? And I think because I've always felt like a big girl and like out of place, I don't know, it just kind of made me keep to myself. So I'm from a particular neighborhood in Nashville. I'm not gonna say what that is, but shout out to that particular neighborhood. But it's a little hood. However, I lived on the side in the back where like the old retired folks lived. So I just used to flex and be like, yeah, I'm from the hood, but I'm like, no. I live on the good part of the hood. But I just remember doing things like trying to lie to fit in, and you know what I'm saying? Like I just trying to lie to kick it. And I was truly unhappy doing that as a kid. But again, I figured I had to do things like that to fit in and adapt to my environment, like being the nice girl. Once I got to college, I feel like that's when I started really kind of discovering myself. I gained a little bit of independence for myself. I started doing more things that I like, or at least trying certain things, like partying. I had never been to a party before I went to college. I never drunk alcohol or anything like that before I went to college. So I did a lot of trying to find myself there. But I feel like I still had certain patterns and certain fears of like not being liked. So, you know, I still tried to be the nice girl, the overly nice girl that fit in with everybody and just flew under the radar. I would do things like just I don't like conflict. I never have. I never will. To this day, I will walk away before I sit and argue with anybody. I just don't like it. And I don't know. I've learned to keep my opinions to myself for that reason. I don't know. I learned a lot about myself in college, but I still kind of kept some of my old habits. I do feel like college really shaped me into an adult. It was the first time I was being an adult and being out of the house. So I didn't have mom and dad to go to and ask questions and mom to wake me up and do it. No, it was on me now. So that was the start of me trying to discover myself a little bit. But I feel like I really didn't love myself before. I just didn't. More so for my image issues, more so realizing how I handle certain situations. Because I don't like conflict, I would go along with a lot of things, or I would say yes to things when I really meant no. Now that I have discovered that and really faced how that makes me feel, I just look back and get emotional because I'm like, dang, did I really not love myself that much that I just could not honor myself? But that's a part of self-love and self-discovery and healing. You know, once you know what the problem is and you identify it, then you can start your healing process. With self-love and healing, losing a parent taught me the most, is the stage that I learned the most, like I said before. And it forced me to get real about me and what I deserve in this life. You know, I saw my mom, like I said, go hard in life for everyone, but I wondered, like, did she really put herself first? Did she really take the time to face certain issues that she may have had with herself? She feel guilty for putting up with things? I can't help but wonder that. So it really forced me to take life serious and really, really live life for me. Death taught me about how important having a peace of mind is. I crave nothing more in life than peace. If there's something that does not feel good to my soul or my spirit, I'm not around it a lot. I can't fake it no more. I don't want to be a yes girl. It really hurts me now to say, yeah, I'll do this, and then I really don't want to. Like, I really just crave peace within myself, and I can't do that anymore, and I won't do that anymore. And then it's just death has also taught me about being whole within my mind, body, and soul. Over the years, like I talked about, I struggled with weight and food, but I realized I'm just now starting to lose some weight. I know I'm flexing a little bit. I know I haven't lost a lot of weight, but I found out I'm down 10 pounds this week, so I'm a little excited. But I feel like I'm heading in a better direction, mainly because I'm not focused on just eating right and exercising. I feel like what I've lacked over the years is discipline, and my mental just has not been right. I feel like once you get your mental in order and once you get disciplined, then everything else will follow. Because I haven't even been to the gym, but I just have gotten more disciplined in other areas of my life, and it's made me stay on track with other things in my life. So I've learned the importance of being whole within your mind so that you can be whole within your body and that you can be whole within your soul and live peace. Some self-realizations that I learned about myself, that everyone will respect you just the way that you are. I watched several videos from like Oprah about like self-love, and she was saying how, like, one particular video, she was talking about how she felt like she had to say yes to this, or she felt scared to say no and stand on her ground for like what she didn't want to do. Like, she said that because she had a lot of money, a lot of people would come to her asking for donations and to do certain events and just trying to overwork her. One of her friends, I forgot who it was, but one of her friends, she wanted her for an event of theirs and to donate money, and she was just like, I felt bad for saying no, but I was like, no, I cannot do it, no. And she said her friend respected it. She understood. She was like, okay. And so Oprah, feeling like guilt and like, oh my God, I just said no, like, she was like, no, it's actually empowering to stand on that no. And so I feel like that's what I've struggled with. I've struggled, like I said, with saying yes to things when I really meant no. So I realized that people will respect you even if you say no to whatever it is. However you are enough, and people will respect it if it's presented. Also, people will love you more just for simply being you and living in your truth. Like I said, I used to lie about stupid stuff just to fit in. And I feel the older that I've gotten and the more I've observed people will actually rock with you for you. Like, you don't have to lie to kick it. I wish I could think off the top of my head somebody, but there are a few people that are examples that, like, you know that this is the type of person they are, and they're always going to be the type of person. They may be friends with people who are a little different than them, but no matter what, they're this type of person, and nobody's going to change them. And they love them for it. Outside people love them for it. And that's something I didn't know before. I didn't feel like, I can be my truest self and people still love me. So, but they can. You just have to, however you stand on yourself and your word, stand on it. And those are two of the biggest realizations that I've had thus far in my self-love journey. It's gotten me thinking with this new year, Happy New Year's Eve, by the way. I didn't want to set any New Year's resolutions, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to, first of all, I've already been kind of working on these three things already, so they're really not New Year's resolutions. I'm just going to solidify these things in the new year. But my New Year's resolutions are technically, one, to start setting boundaries. Boundaries are something that I have struggled with tremendously throughout my life, and I'm learning. This year alone, actually, is the first year that I've learned about boundaries. I didn't know what that was. I never heard of that. What is that? Like, I didn't know that. Now that I do know what setting boundaries are, I have been starting to set those with certain people, and I'm going to continue to set boundaries with other people in my life, just for my own happiness and for my own sanity. My second New Year's resolution is to just be consistent and to be disciplined. Again, that's something I've kind of started right now, but I want to solidify that in the new year. I want to be consistent in my content that I put out. I'm going to be consistent in my content that I put out. I'm going to be disciplined in just my healthier eating habits. I've been yo-yoing this whole year between being vegan and holistic, and then like doing cheat meals and just being ridiculous with food. So in the new year, I'm going to be more disciplined and consistent with healthy living. Everything that I touch, I'm going to be consistent and more disciplined in. And 3, my New Year's resolution, my last one, is just to be happy and to be healthy. There's so much going on in the world today. I genuinely just crave happiness. I want to feel like my soul is happy, my soul is relieved. I want to be healthy. I have struggled this whole entire year with anxiety so bad, y'all. Oh my gosh. I kind of did a video on it, but I feel like when I'm on camera, I'm still getting used to the camera, so you probably won't feel the magnitude of what I really go through until probably sometime later next year when I'm more comfortable with recording. But my anxiety has had a hold on me this whole year, and a lot of that comes from being not happy with myself and also not being healthy, because a lot of foods that we eat can trigger some of our anxieties and depressions and things like that. So I'm going to be happy and healthy in this new year, and I pray that you will do the same as well. I'm not going to keep y'all, because y'all know I can go on and on and on with these videos, but I'm going to go ahead and end it now. Thank you guys for watching so much. If you've made it this far, I love you. I pray that you heal through whatever it is that you may be going through. I pray that you love yourself through whatever it is that you're going through, and know that you are enough. You are just enough just the way you are. Love y'all. Happy New Year. And I'll see y'all in the next video. We got some good things coming for the new year. Bye, y'all.